All right, I'm so excited for her. She's an endurance athlete, author, clean water advocate, U.S. Coast Guard veteran, and breaking records that nobody would even think of doing. Katie Spotts has been inspiring people all around the world and challenging them to overcome any obstacles in their way. And she's from Northeast Ohio in Mentor. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
We've been just kind of like meeting each other, and boy, she has done so many things. I said, next they're going to make a movie out of your story. So this is crazy. And I love, first off, when I got the notes, you said self-described bench warmer. You don't have to be extraordinary to do extraordinary things. So I said, did you play sports? And would you say?
Yeah, I was a bench warmer growing up. That is where I started. And so it's definitely a surprise to us all that I'm here today doing these things.
It's wild. And so she has rowed the Atlantic.
Yes.
Like rowed
Yep.
the Atlantic by yourself, sharks, freighters. Tell us a little bit about what your experience was like.
Yeah, I mean, I had everything you could imagine. I had glowing plankton at night. I had pods of dolphins visit me. I had 30-foot waves. I had close calls with oncoming freighters. But for me, it's all about raising money for clean water. So I think if you have a strong enough why, you can figure out how to get through those hard moments. But I mean, at the end of the day, it was really like living a National Geographic episode of having a front row seat to nature's greatest.
Yeah.
So I definitely am grateful to have had those experiences. And I think those experiences give me more confidence for what I might face on the Pacific.
Yeah, and so did you row? Like, you just love the ocean? Like, where's the inspiration? Besides, you mentioned the clean water that we'll talk about, but wow.
So it started through running.
Yes.
And running kind of opened up the whole door for endurance. And it's where I realized that I was my biggest limitation. I made these stories in my head of what was possible and what was not. And through running and then eventually ultra running, I kind of started to have my eyes wide open of all these adventures that are possible just through endurance. And so I found out about ocean rowing right after I did my first ultra marathon, and it really started from like a place of disbelief. Like, that's not real.
Yeah.
People can't really do that. And it just captured my imagination so much that I felt like I needed to know what it was like for myself.
Right.
I read about it, I learned about it, I started envisioning myself there, and so mentally I was on the ocean. So I figured, okay, I really have to just accept this. I mean, I tried to talk myself out of it. We all tried, but it just, to me, it was a decision of, I'm either going to row the Atlantic or I'm going to spend the rest of my life in regret. I'm going to spend the rest of my life wondering what if. And anything you do can become habit. And I didn't want to set myself up and set my life up where you just ignore your passions, your callings. And so it definitely was beyond anything. It wasn't from being a great rower. It was really from a curiosity to find out what this is all about.
And now she's going to row the Pacific by herself. She's going to become the first woman to do it. And so talk about, everybody kind of wants to know what goes into it.
Yeah,
right.
So the first American woman. There's another
the first American
Australian
woman.
Yeah, I don't want to take
whatever. Worldwide. That's where we're putting it. I'm just kidding if you're listening. But there's a lot that goes into it because you're building a new boat.
Yes.
Somebody in the Netherlands is building you a boat. There's practice and effort.
Yes, there are so many pieces.
Yeah.
They do say that the hardest part is just getting to the ocean, and there's just things that I'm thinking about that I never thought I would. I mean, just having the food. So there is no follow boat. There is no stopover. So on this 24-foot self-righting, very specialized boat, it has this solar panels.
Is that what he's building right now?
That is it. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's the Ocean Rowing Company over in the Netherlands, and these boats have been breaking world records for speed and set a record on the Pacific for the fastest team crossing. So it is the boat for the job, and I have a lot of confidence in that being the right choice. But everything that goes into making this possible, the food alone is a huge piece of that puzzle.
She's starting to buy things now just to send them because it's going to take months for the food to even get to where she's taken off.
Yes.
As we wrap this up, talk about the charity, because this is to get clean water offered worldwide. And this is really
Yeah.
where the passion comes from.
So the charitable goals are just as ambitious as the event itself, and the bigger vision behind this is to help 100,000 people gain access to clean water in Fiji. And if we reach that target, it will mean that everyone in the nation will reach a point of having clean water. And there are places in Fiji that are harder to reach than Africa. I think we think dirty water, we think Africa, but there's these islands that are very hard to get to. And so it's really going to those most remote islands and getting clean water to people who need it the most.
And she's already helped 50,000 people just from her other adventures. I have a full page of things that she's done, like this 11 ultra marathons in 11 days. Like this lady, Katie's crazy. And that's why I love her, because her and I are now best friends. But you can help, right? So you can donate.
Yes, so katiespots.com, there's a link to donate there, and $10 helps one person get clean water for a decade. So it really does make a big difference. Every little bit helps.
And we'll put all this information on our website, fox8.com. Hopefully maybe we can follow you. She's got all these cameras and stuff, so we got to check in. She's not leaving until December of this year, and then it should take you how many months?
8 months.
8 months alone out on the ocean. Oh my gosh, I have so many more questions. That's why she's on my podcast as soon as we go to a commercial break. You're awesome. Thanks, Katie. Good luck. And if you would like to follow Katie's story, you can with her trek across the Pacific Ocean. Follow her on social media. She's great. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.